Well, first of all, I want to say that Stanford is, I think playing as well as anyone in the country, and credit to Tara and her staff and her team. They played a great game. They have been playing great basketball, and just all the credit to them. I'm rooting for all the Pac-12 teams to be really successful in postseason, and I'm sure that Stanford will lead the charge for our conference. So all the credit to them. I was on the radio after and he asked me how disappointed I was in the result. And of course, I'm a competitor. I want to win. But I'm much more disappointed that we played so below our process and commitment to what we said we were going to do, and the lack of urgency, commitment to the game plan, rebounding. I mean, we didn't do anything in the first half that we said we were going to do. And that is the one that really stings. We talk about a lot in our program that you either have the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And unfortunately, there's a lot of pain of regret right now. And so the choice before us is what we do with that pain and how we respond. And those are the choices in front of us. But that's as disappointing as of an opening effort that we've had. And Stanford, quite frankly, put on a clinic of what it takes to be at a Final Four level. And we're going to either allow that to teach us and call us up to that standard, or it's going to be a quick out in the tournament. Next time we play with that lack of urgency in the first half of an NCAA tournament, I don't care what round, it'll be our last. So we better learn from this real quick.
When Michaela goes out right away, obviously Charisma was out at one point. Obviously Lauren went out at one point. Just in terms of your consistency and your rhythm and things like that, and how disruptive were having those key players leaving the floor and then coming back? How difficult was it to get together in that circumstance?
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, it wasn't, I didn't think I thought we were awful before any of them went out. So, I mean, obviously to have with the numbers that we have, it's better to have consistency, but I sure don't blame our effort on that.
The day off was obviously new. Do you think that just in terms of maybe momentum, mentality, that worked against you guys in any way?
No, we would have been in big trouble if we had to play yesterday, to be honest with you. I thought it was a really wise adjustment by the Pac-12, and I think it was really good. I think this had to do with what was in between our ears. And we can't look at any excuse, nothing. I mean, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're really deep like Stanford or you're not deep like us. At this point in the year, everybody's banged up. Everybody's trying to get rest. Everyone's doing this. You got to make a mental decision. Is it hard? Yeah. If it was easy, everyone would do it. So no, I don't think. I thought that it was a really wise decision by the Pac-12. I think that the Pac-12 deserves so much credit. They've done a spectacular job trying to get us to this point. The effort behind the scenes, the people that busted their butts to make this a reality for the student athlete experience deserve so much credit. And I thought the adjustment to have that day in between the finals was a very wise and excellent adjustment to make during this year.
You have said that, it's a lot of regret and things of nature. People didn't stick to the game plan. Can you elaborate just moving forward, what do you feel like adjustments need to be made?
You don't have enough time, Kahari. The reality is that we said the transition game, the take away the 3-point shots, and rebounding were going to be huge, that they were catch and shoot 3 players or put it on the floor off the bounce. And we took away neither. And, we talked about Kiana and going to her left and her right to left step back 3, and how we were going to have to close the gap and even go further out. And we just didn't do it. I mean, it's nothing we haven't shown we can do. Obviously we've shown we can do a lot better. I thought we were incredibly tough against Arizona in the semifinals. I think we've shown incredible toughness at many different fronts. I know it's in my team. My belief in them has not wavered. My love for them will always stay committed. I'm just really disappointed in our behavior and our choices right now. So we've got to take responsibility. And, I told them, you may not like me the rest of the year, but I'd rather deal with that and call you up to the standards of excellence that I know they're capable of, then, we have really wonderful human beings, but they didn't just come here to be wonderful human beings. They also came here to have a standard of excellence of what they were trying to do and the excellence that they were going to live in and provide on the court. And we didn't do that. So we got to look in the mirror and we got to take ownership. We got to have humility and we got to come out fighting. And it's my responsibility as the head coach to bring out the urgency, the fight, the focus, and the togetherness of executing a game plan that's going to take to be successful in the NCAA tournament.
Obviously, a lot of negatives, so to speak, from what you're talking about. Is Michaela's play as usual a positive from tonight? I mean, she did everything she could to try to get you guys to stay in this, so to speak.
Yeah, I think Michaela she people have been talking to me all about how it's the hardest transition to make, to being a small forward in the college to going to be a 3-player in the WNBA. But if you look at the skill set that she has shown just in this tournament, whether it be going the length of the floor, attacking off the bounce, her mid-range game, her ability, to shoot the three. She's been really, really good. And, I think that, I try not to mince any words. I think most of you on this call know me well enough to know that I'm really committed to the total collegiate experience. But a big part of that is being an excellent basketball player and competing that you might, win the race. We're trying to win and be at our best. And, Coach Wooden talked about competitive greatness as being at your best when your best is needed. And the 3 people that I thought, really finished empty, both mentally, emotionally, physically, Michaela Onyenwere, Lindsay Casaro, and Emily Bissoir, I think really played hard and tried to give us a spark off the bench, her consistency and rebounding. So, yes, I think Michaela probably is the biggest silver lining. I mean, you look at her, how much she was double teamed, triple teamed, and how she still found ways to get 30, she end up with 30, right? Yeah. It's pretty remarkable. I mean, Michaela is, she's an elite basketball player and she's not even close to what she's going to become at the next level whenever she decides that is going to happen. So really, really proud of her. And definitely, I think she showed out and we let her down, quite frankly. And I take first responsibility of that. I'm the head coach. The buck stops with me. And we let her down. Go ahead. Next question.
Gavin, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, obviously emotional, but I know you talked at the end of the last game about how you felt like the team had a lot of room to improve on the offensive end. And then, after the slow first half of just 20 points, you were able to have 20 in the third and then 15 in the fourth. Do you feel like there was some real improvement there in the second half?
Yeah. I mean, this team has so many weapons and that's what's so frustrating to me is I think we made we just played harder. It was not, every single time, even in the first half, every single bucket we got is because we did things together. We were the aggressors. We set good screens. We second cut. We played with effort and pace and, togetherness. And we just, I think we responded in the second half. And I still think we can. The challenge for us is it's really hard for us to work at that in practice because of just COVID protocols and numbers and no scout guys and all those different things. So the challenge as a teacher is I have to be really, really creative of what that looks like. We've tried to do things that we've never done before just because we're limited in our options, but that's going to be my challenge over the next 10 days is we got to figure that out. Like we're better than that. And we didn't, I think we showed a lot. We won the second half. I think we're even on the boards in the second half. And, that's what's so frustrating. But I think, it teaches us what we can become, but, time's running out. And, bottom line is we got to choose quick. And I think there's more in them. And hopefully the pain of this is the most powerful teacher.
How confident are you that your team will take ownership of this loss?
Totally confident. that is the one thing that I have zero doubt about is that they will respond. We're going to have to deal with we talk all the time that events plus response equals outcomes. And if you don't like your outcome, you better change your response. And this happened and we can't do anything about it now. And so our choice is that we're going to choose to strengthen our response. And that I was telling Dave on the radio that bottom line is that there's one thing I have zero doubt about is that they will respond. They will let this teach them. They will show up with a competitive spirit. They will show up. And even right when I left the locker room, Lindsay Casaro said, everybody shows up at the next practice with a heart willing to change this now. And we will change this. We will be better. There's no other option. I have zero doubt that we will be better for it.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah. Thank you all for your time and appreciate your coverage of the tournament.